Was Nico Hulkenberg really the best option for Haas? We thought this might have been coming, especially since Stoffel Vandoorne was announced as the Aston Martin F1 reserve driver, which then made us think, could this possibly be Hulkenback time? Well, yes it is, Nico Hulkenberg at Haas for the 2023 season. But it's got me thinking, was the 35-year-old really the best option available for Günther Steiner? Firstly, let's take a look at the German driver who unfortunately has the unwanted record of most races without a podium. But I really feel like this wooden spoon award haunts him far more than it really should, from an F1 Twitter calling him washed perspective. He is a really good midfield driver. He's finished in the top 10 of the Drivers' Championship 6 times and has amassed a whopping 521 career points. And points certainly mean prizes if you're driving for a team like Haas. Yes, he has bottled several occasions where he could have stepped on the podium. I'm not denying that at all. But Haas aren't fighting for podiums. This isn't their mission objective right now. Also, Nico wanted the seat a lot. He kept calling Günther over and over to find out what was happening with the empty seat. The passion is still very much there. Okay, so we've assessed that Hulkenberg isn't the slouch that some people seem to claim he is. What were the other options for Haas? Let's take a look. Antonio Giovinazzi. The 28-year-old Italian was definitely in the running for getting the Haas seat, but for me personally, I felt even more underwhelmed at him coming back to Formula 1 than Nico. Don't get me wrong, one of the nicest guys to ever grace the F1 grid, but he was consistently outpaced by a retiring Kimi Räikkönen, and as a young driver, you really can't have that happen. Plus, he crashed this year at COTA in free practice 1, and that really was his time to shine. Stoffel Vandoorne. So apparently Stoff was in line for the seat if Nico Hulkenberg didn't take the opportunity. I think out of everyone, I would have liked to see what Vandoorne could achieve coming back to Formula 1. Let's not forget, he absolutely dominated GP2 and was very much hyped as a rising star back in 2015, only for him to then partner the teammate career killer that is Fernando Alonso at McLaren Honda in 2017 and 2018. It really didn't go very well, and it ended his F1 career before it had even really started. Daniel Ricciardo. Worth mentioning the smiley Aussie because he was at least spoken about for the empty Haas seat at the time, but it was clear he did not want to go to a team that is struggling to score points on a weekly basis. Pietro Fittipaldi. The Brazilian-American driver is the reserve at Haas, but did not get the call-up over Nico Hulkenberg. Clearly, the team still do not think he is ready for a full-time race seat, despite taking part in 2 Grand Prix back in 2020 during COVID times. It could be a case of waiting it out until another opportunity arises, K-Mag and Hulk are both in their 30s, or maybe he's happy to continue as a reserve driver and race elsewhere in the European Le Mans Series. Robert Schwartzman. Finally on this list is the Russian-Israeli driver who is currently waiting in the wings as a development driver at Ferrari. He finished second in the 2021 F2 Championship, and you've got to say, if Haas were willing to sign another young driver, it should have been him. However, perhaps learnings from having Mazepin and Schumacher in the team, the Haas F1 team couldn't afford to have drivers who are learning on the job. They need experienced competitors who know how to get the maximum out of the car almost immediately to try and secure those all-important points, like what Kevin Magnussen did at the start of the year and Mick did not. It's very much a short-term solution as this strategy relies on a rotating door of replacements rather than future-proofing with young talent. There you have it, a look at the other options that were available to Haas. For me, I think Hulk is the right decision for a team like Haas, who just need to score points on a regular basis. What do you think? Let us know in the comment section below.